So I'm going to present the purple stone knife. I found it in the square where Turendelev perished. What do you make of it? The storyteller reaches out and says softly, even from here I can feel the strange energies emanating from this object. If you don't mind, I will examine it. Using my method, I'll try to see the past of its owner, their emotions, and shreds of their memories. Maybe it'll help us better understand what we're dealing with. The storyteller touches the knife, his fingers clamping around the hilt with hungry, masterful grip. His face contorts into an evil grimace, his voice disgustingly raspy. Hunger. My many legs bring me into the lair, to my mother's feasting hall, her swollen body overfilled with food so huge that I have to look at it with all of my eyes at once. On top is her scrawny little head with a long beak that is always yearning for more food. You feel feverish in your chest where the mysterious wound is concealed, feels hot. Your mind is flooded with a wave of visions that repeat the words of the old elf. Mother greets me with a placid screech, stupid, greedy wretch, whose only achievement is my birth. A creeping, wingless creature. It's your fault I have no wings, a symbol of greatness, a birthright I should have received from my mighty father. Mother points me to a crowd of whimpering subjects, suggesting I fortify myself with their pathetic flesh. Not today. I summon my spawn and they fly to me, enveloping me in a teeming cloud. Like dark buzzing wings, they unfold behind my back and lift me up. Mother has always been stronger, but she did not expect this. I dive on her, rip her bloated body with my claws. Ichor splatters the bone spurs on my heels, sink into her flesh. I clench her pitiful, tiny head and tear it off along with the shreds of meat. Victory! I'm the strongest. I am the son of my winged father. The elf grimaces with distaste. His voice becomes normal again, appalling. Stories like that are the most difficult to keep with me. Does the knife belong to a demon? The storyteller opens his mouth to answer, but a sudden spasm crosses his face. A new vision, a much stronger one, engulfs the old elf. Malevolent undertones vanish from his voice as it grows more determined and tired. Even looking at the ward stone is difficult. Despite the corruption nesting in it, it still has an aura of strength. Your fingers clench the stone hilt so tight it hurts. A little spot on the flawless surface of the ward stone draws your attention. It looks like a butterfly. Corruption in the guise of something utterly harmless, but it will grow. You swing and stab the butterfly with the knife as hard as you can. Your fingers cramp painfully. A howl invades your ears. White light everywhere. The stone knife falls from the old elf's hand. Out of breath, he drops to his knees. He is trembling, the terror on his face so unlike his usual dignified manner. What was that? That was not the past. That was something that is not yet to happen, or rather might happen. One of the roads to the future, in one of the possible futures. This item will help you cleanse the ward stone. Or destroy it. You feel a longing to take the stone chisel and plunge it into your chest, right in the wound that is opened up in it. It's hard to resist this feeling, but at the last moment, your self-preservation instincts take over and you manage to keep control of your own hand. The old man stands up and looks completely stunned. Never before has anything like this happened. How? I'm not an oracle or a prophet. Or is this another riddle from the past that has caught up with me? I must find out. Seeing stories that have happened is one thing, but seeing stories that are yet to happen? I don't know why this is happening now. There is one thing I am sure of. This is not a coincidence. This is a sign of coming changes. Great changes. I shared your vision and this knife tempted me. Did you see what I saw? That's never happened before. Could it be the magic of the object that you brought me? I sense dark energies in it that can cloud and charm the mind. Be careful with this item. It may have tried to influence you, but you managed to overcome its power and subdue it. Or perhaps something else happened to us, something we don't understand yet. Maybe it's the knife that gave the power of divination? The knife is a powerful artifact, but I feel that its power is of a different nature. No, I felt the same as I do when I tell the past. This is my gift, but manifested in a completely abnormal way. Who were you in your vision? I don't know. Someone strong and desperate enough to resort to extreme measures. I felt that what I was doing had to be done. Is that what you saw destined to happen? No, the future is not set. It used to be a long time ago when the god Eredin guarded Galorian, but now prophecies do not come true, or they do, but not the way they were supposed to. I only saw one version of the future, one of the paths leading to it. The choice has not been made and our destinies are not set in stone. Your power's pretty cool. A few minutes ago I would have agreed with you, but the thing that just happened, it disturbs me. My gift has never manifested like this. Something has changed, and these changes frighten me. Can I help you? The storyteller nods gratefully. I appreciate your offer. I have reason to believe that somewhere in the Canabras, there's a manuscript authored by an elf from Kionan who witnessed Earthfall. For personal reasons, I'd like to examine it, but no matter how hard I try, I've failed to find it. Even in the Blackwing Library, I only found mentions that the manuscript exists. Okay, Grey Garrison. I assumed it's stored at Grey Garrison. They wouldn't let me into the archive when I visited. All those crusaders were nervous about the strange blind elf interested in their secrets. It's understandable. The crusade naturally made them a little paranoid. But now Grey Garrison has fallen into enemy hands. I'd be grateful if I could see the manuscript. Okay. Not a problem. Okay, so we'll grab that for him. Bum, ba, da, 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 da. All right, to the Tower of Estrad. I'm actually really excited about this one. I don't know why I like this tower so much. Like, every single playthrough, it's literally one of the things that I look forward to in the, like, early game, like, technically the first chapter. I don't know why. Like, it's got some cool tidbits of information. I don't know, maybe it's because, like, every single time I play it, I feel like I learn new stuff. If that makes sense. Like, I feel like there's new things that connect to later in the story. Like, it's a really interesting area. So, first, this is just a quick stopping point. It's not a... What is it? Like, you don't go in. Yeah, we're evading. Dead duelist. Oh, wait. Wait, I actually enter that? I lied. Really? I thought that was just a stopover. Like this. Okay. I guess we're gonna go in. Wait, really? What's here? Da-na-na. Okay. Well, we're gonna need Woljif. Let's do... Are you gonna step on it by accident, Woljif? I don't have Woljif. Oh no. Do I have nobody that can disarm a trap now? Huh. Might have to rethink this party idea now. I don't. Ooh. So who would you bring instead? Or like, who would you leave behind?
Can't hide this from my eyes.
No. You. Absence of an answer is an answer too. Can we change? All right. We're gonna go back out. We're gonna grab Woljif. I don't know, like, I love Ember. I do. So let's think about this logically for a second. Ember, the people that have to stay. Like, have to stay. Ember, Darren for heals. I mean, technically, you could have Ember heal, right? So, like, you could technically, I guess, leave Darren behind, which would be weird, but you could. That would be a weird playthrough, like a really weird playthrough. Lan is really powerful, like, combat-wise, but we could leave Lan behind for a bit. Not Ulbrig, so obviously Abby, Ulbrig, and Ember, I feel like are the only non-negotiables at this point. So, I think... You know what? We could do... that? No, this. For the Tower of Estrad. Okay. I guess we're gonna try this for now. We'll see how this feels. Oh. Okay, good. I'm glad we landed on that. I mean, the other thing is, of course,
this is my kind of work.
At some point, respecking Abby to be less mage and more rogue. That's a thought. That is 100% a thought. Because otherwise, like, you'd have in the core party Darren, Ember, and Abby, who could all do magic, and then stuff like so that is an interesting thought, right? Like doing some kind of like basically 1 point into getting Kian and then the rest into something else. Ulbrich is so powerful. He just like punches a person and then they're done. It's insane. So that's another idea. I don't know. I'm gonna have to think on this. I might look at some like other builds and see what I can find. I can take this. Isn't there a thingy here? Or not? I thought there was like a, you could like stop the ritual or like paint over it or outside. Is there a basement door? Like I always thought that there was something more here. Okay. Well, we came here. So, okay. Is there anything else down here? I don't think so. Nope. Back out to the world. Okay. So we cleared this. That was good. And Sela, I know, is going to be replaced by Regil, because I actually really like Regil. So that'll be interesting. Canabras burns, the city that should never have fallen. Fate shows no mercy. Clouds may veil the stars, but nothing can hide the light in someone's soul, and I see light in you. We will stand shoulder to shoulder with you against evil. I hear the echo of a familiar voice. I feel the warmth of my kindred flame. My sister, we will help you. Thank you. No matter how many times I do this, it always is creepy. Okay. In a cool way. The red-skinned, long-haired tiefling raises his pain-filled eyes to you. A huge, magical brand stands out on his chest, freshly burned into his skin. The flesh around the brand is inflamed and has an unhealthy-looking hue. Hey, stop! Who are you, Crusaders? Well, well, well. I was looking to add a couple more Crusader heads to my collection. Why just assume we're Crusaders, though? Where'd you get that idea? I mean, do we look like Crusaders? Oh, right. The tiefling notices the sacred symbol of Iomade gleaming on the paladin's chest. I suppose that explains it. That's probably one of the best Woljif Sela interactions ever. I don't like Intimidate here. I really don't. Abby doesn't obviously really do a lot of Intimidate, though. I can kill you right now, or I can give you a few minutes of life if you answer my questions. The tiefling shoots you a vicious grin. You won't be getting out of here alive either way, so why not? Let's have a chat. I love it. 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 When, like, bad guys think that they have the upper hand, and they clearly don't. Or at least they think that, like, he thinks he does, because he's got friends, but we too have friends. So, I don't know, I just always think it's funny when they're like, you know what, I'm gonna kill you anyway, so let me just tell you everything, and then you end up kicking their butt anyways. It's my favorite. Who are you? You don't look like a museum worker. I am Vaxen, servant of Baphomet, the ranking member of the Templars of the Ivory Labyrinth in this city. A new master of this tower. You'd better watch your mouth or else my curses will rip your soul to flaming shreds. Vaxen? The tiefling? The Azamar raises his eyebrows. Why, I remember you. You're that little clerk from the town hall, the one who kept badgering me for a bribe to get rid of some bill or something. Well, you turning out to be the leader of a cultist group is definitive proof that something we all know to be true. All bureaucrats are the spawn of the abyss. This is why not romancing Darren is literally one of the hardest things I've done in this game ever. Given just like, he's so good at the like, A, just calling out like bullshit for bullshit, but B, just making these like comments that you just have to sit there for a second and you're just like, did you just say, no, you did, okay. And then like just laughing along with him kind of thing. I love him. You arrogant celestial spawn. Do you see now? We're everywhere. You look down your nose at Faxon the clerk. Now you will bow before Faxon the overlord. I'll repeat what I said to you that day in the town hall. I don't deal with parasites. Oh, and like, so from what I know of Darren and everything like that, what I've dealt with his romance is that if Darren feels the need to tell you that he won't deal with you because you're a parasite, that must mean you're actually an awful individual, because normally if you're just like an everyday person or you're just like mildly annoying, he'll actually ignore you. Like Darren doesn't necessarily waste his time or his energy on anything that doesn't deserve it. And if Faxon was bad enough that he took up some of Darren's precious time, then, he got bad vibes from him early. Curses? You can't touch me. Ulbrich crosses his fingers, stands on one foot and spits 3 times over his shoulder. Hex me, vex me, I care not. Say a spell, your tongue will rot. Okay, well, now we know how to protect ourselves from hexes. I love Ulbrich. He's so good. That won't save you from demonic magic, I'm afraid. Not even if you hop up and down a little bit. How do you know? I've been doing it my entire life and I'm still curse-free, see? But you were stuck in a statue, Ulbrich. Does that count as a curse? Does that count as a curse, Ulbrich? Okay. What are you doing in the museum? For the last 3 months, this tower has served as a cover for me and my servants. I set up my base in the cellar of a local museum and smuggled an entire regiment of my Templars into the city. It's the ideal place for a secret hideout. The museum was left in charge of the charge of a doddering old man who can hardly remember his own name. When our lord struck Canabras, we plunged a blade into the crusader's back. And a glorious fight it was. Now Lord Xanthier has ordered us to strip Canabras of everything that might be of interest to him and to remove it from the city. He is a great master of the occult and the magical arts, and this museum is chock full of all kinds of relics that could prove very interesting to study. And I believe we deal with him. / we get more from him later on, which I really like. Like, I think I've mentioned this in like recent episodes, but I think the one thing I love most about this game is how the first couple playthroughs that you do, you'll start to make like connections over time, but like the first time, Xanthier isn't gonna mean much to you, and then like the second or third playthrough, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, and then you'll start to see other stuff earlier on. And one of my favorite things is games that give you that you could start to see how they started to weave threads of particular characters or particular motifs or storylines or anything like that as early as possible, to give you that big experience, but also for the replayability, because now you can start to see through some of it, and you could also just play a really knowledgeable character. Like, you could RP that, which is really cool in my opinion. So you could actually have a comment here if you wanted to play a character that was super knowledgeable on like all of this. For some, I don't know how you would be. Maybe you're gonna play a character that can like see the future or gets visions or something like that to like tell that story. That would actually be a really cool character. If you play that character kind of trope, let me know how that goes, because that sounds cool. You look awful. What's wrong with your tattoos? The tiefling gives you a hateful glare. Lady Minago was displeased with me. She branded me with this rune to make me suffer. Minago wanted me to subjugate the demons of our ally Discari to wrest control away from the idiot Cultists, but I failed. But it seems my luck is turning. You don't look like rank and file crusaders. When I bring Minago your heads, all will be forgiven and she'll remove the brand. You should have run when you saw me first, or you should, like, disgusting filth, get out of here before I kill you all. I don't want to let him go. A, I don't want to let him go, but B, you should have run when you first saw me. That's such a good line. That is such a good line. Faxon's eyes narrow in fury, and he releases a feral shriek that sets his gang slavering for your blood. The demons and Templars give answering howls to their leader and surge forward to attack. Let's go! Are we gonna do Griffin form? Because, like, I feel like we don't ask Ulbrich for that enough. Alright. Ulbrich coming in. I was realizing that Abby's build is a non-build, and I was editing footage recently, and I was like, we should probably change that at some point. But I don't know if we're gonna do it before we get into chapter 1 or when we get into chapter 2. I'm thinking once we get into chapter 2, I'll really start to worry about it. Oh, that was that. So how do I get him out again? That's shifter claws. There's an ability, right? What is it? Oh. I forget, like we used to know it. Oh. Oh, these are new. Here we go. And you have a level up? Okay. Athletics. Oh wait, there's nothing there. Okay. So that's what it would automatically put him in, his toughness. Extend aspect. You can invoke your aspect form longer, or you can use momentum of your movement to focus and awaken your inner beast once per round when you move at least 10 feet. Or when you charge, you can use your ooh. Huh. I think we're gonna go with aspect. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm taking over. That's never a good idea, but that's okay. Wait. He still has wings? Oh!
I ever see Sarkorian green again?
So that gives him... I didn't know. Like, I feel like the first time I played around with that, I never saw the wings. Huh. Okay. That's actually really cool. So he can just kind of walk around with wings. And then Abby is going to eventually get wings because of her chosen path. So like they're just going to... Oh, they're going to be so cute with their wings out together. I'm so excited for that. All right, we have looting. There's some looting here, but not the best looting if I
Can't
am.
hide this from my eyes. No.
Sorry. I didn't realize. Everybody okay? Nobody saw that, right? Y'all had your eyes closed for that. Hey, Darren.
Miss me already.
I always miss you. I'm not supposed to flirt with you, Darren. Right. We have no land. Okay. So this is how we figure out how we're doing without land. I mean, the fight...
I have a hunch.
The fight went fine. I guess the other thing is, like...
Pretty good, aren't I?
The whole thing of Abby for me was that she had Kian and stuff like that. So, like, I've never necessarily cared too much what her class was.
From my grandpa.
We're just destroying everything because we can. So, like, for me personally...
This is my kind of work.
If we change her class to be something else, like if we end up needing Woljif more than we need anybody else, if we end up needing land more than Woljif, I don't mind turning Abby into a rogue to kind of fulfill that like Woljif stuff, but I am kind of curious to see how this squad does for now. Let's go to the basement. It's never good when you're like, let's go to the basement. The basement never sounds like a good idea. A pale and frightened half-elf looks at you warily. His face is twisted into a grimace like you just ate something slimy. Hey, you! Who are you? Praise Baphomet. What are you doing here? Did Faxon send you? I heard a noise outside, but I was busy making a list of relics. Did something happen? Who are you? I'm Telmer, the scribe and senior aide to Lord Xanther, the Plagued One, and do forgive me, but Faxon has been assigned to this command, has he not? Where is he? What are you doing? I'm compiling a list of valuable Crusader artifacts. Lord Xanther has ordered that everything of use should be transported from Canabras and saved from the looting and destruction. We chose the museum as a place to collect and sort through the trophies. Unfortunately, local thieves have proved quicker off the mark than the demons. They ransacked the museum in the first few hours of the assault, but there are some objects of interest among the exhibits they left behind. The museum's custodian has been kind enough to advise me on those. Where is Faxon? Finest thieves and men dev. Turn your back and everything that isn't nailed down to the floor will be gone when you turn around again. Demons have no chance against him. Master of our trades we are. There you go again, bragging, dummy. Thieving has never led to anything but harm. Trust me, if you fought the way you thieve, now that might be useful. No thanks, every person has their calling and this is mine. But imagine if you fought as well as we thieve. I laughed at this the last time and it never gets old. This never gets old. This is like such a, I don't want to call it a grandma moment, but like, you know, like those backhanded grandma compliments or something like that, where like they say something and you're just like, what did you just say? Like, that's exactly what Chip just did. So good. Where is the museum custodian? Over in the gallery, I deceived him, told him I was a crusader. It wasn't difficult. The old geezer's out of his mind. So tell me, where's Faxon? Old wives' tales say those who disrespect their elders get hoodwinked by Fae and made into their servants. I thought they made up this nonsense to frighten children, but turns out all of it was true. Okay, clear off before I kill you. The half-elf pitches forward, then grabs his bag and leaps away from you. You're lying. You want me to turn away so you can strike me in the back and take the papers that have been entrusted to me. The half-elf leaps nimbly, pulling a sheaf of papers from his bag as he goes, no, I have valuable letters from Lord Xanthir here. I must destroy them. The cultist balls up the pages into his fist and shoves them into his mouth and begins furiously chewing like a hamster. A moment later, the half-elf's eyes bulge and he opens his mouth, which is stuffed with masticated papers. He tries to cough, but nothing comes out, and the failed saboteur looks at you in desperation. His eyes are streaming, his face is growing paler by the second, and he falls to his knees. A strangled wheeze emerges from behind the wad of wet paper. His expression veers from the hilarious to the grotesque as he signals for you to help him. We're gonna help this guy out. You dig your fingers deep into the hapless elf's throat, retrieving the disgusting ball of soggy paper. Abby, you're too good for this world. The cultist coughs violently and then, after taking a trembling breath, leaps up, takes off running. He disappears, leaving you with a wad of correspondence that is much worse for wear. You are way too good for us, Abby. Saving him like that. I just can't see her letting him die. She wouldn't. Still, though. Ugh. I love it, though. Just Ulbricht's comment about, like, how much this guy was a fool. Copper vessel and oil inside, sanctified. Okay, so these are just the various relics. Lockpick? You got this, Woljif?
This is my kind of work.
Thanks, Woljif. Is it wrong to loot from the museum that's already doesn't have much to give because thieves? Yeah, I guess, but that's fine. We can't leave loot behind. Ever. I mean, just sometimes I do. Especially if we don't have enough space in our bag. But still, you know what I mean.
Pretty good, aren't I?
Yes.
Can't hide this from my eyes.
Okay. Let's do this first.
This is my kind of work.
Then this.
This is my kind of work.
Then this one.
Pretty good, aren't I?
You're the best. Okay. Now, we'll do all this. Supplies. We'll go through all this later. I know I need to go through, like, all of my inventory. Pick the lock.
This is my kind of work.
Thank you. That. Okay, quick save, because I think he's in here. Now, if you didn't watch OG Abby, you didn't see, or like, not like Abby's 1.0, or would it be like 0.5? I don't know like what version you want to call before. But if you didn't watch it, you haven't seen me come through here. But I like this old guy. I don't want to hurt him. So we're going to be nice to him as a heads up. I feel like there's no need to be mean to him. Sheldon!